Yeah, I was playing well in the second set. I think after the 2-3 game, I moved straight through, and I think I established my game plan. And then the third, I was playing great tennis. I think, the match was really physical the first two sets, even though the scoreline doesn't show that. In the third, I was just trying to fight for every point, and that's how I was able to get through that match.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations. Name and affiliation, please. If you can keep it to one question, I'll try to get to as many people as possible. Okay? Court?
Hey, Coco, congratulations.
Thanks.
In the first set, what was she doing that was making it difficult to kind of get in there, or was it you? Was it something that was off on your game?
I think it was a bit of both. She was playing a little bit more aggressive than the last time I played her. And also I had some eras where I was not missing by a lot. It was a little bit on like balls that, I probably could have ended the point on. So it was the right decision. I just probably needed to take a little bit more margin, and, those points add up, and she's not, a easy player. So when you can't keep making errors on her, she's the type of person or type of player where she steps in if you give her something short, especially on the backhand side. So she was doing a lot well of attacking on that end, and even on the forehand, she was being aggressive. So I think in the second, I tried to keep her playing back and off her back foot, and then also coming in a little bit more, just so she knew that I wasn't going to stay back every time she was playing defense.
Richard?
Coco, what does that do for your confidence when you can dig your way out of trouble like that? Know you can work your way back.
Yeah, it does a lot for me. I think, maybe that could have been a match that I could have lost in the past, especially, breaking her and then getting immediately broken back. But I think, I'm figuring out these situations and making it easier and easier as the matches go. I think she played some of her best tennis she's played this season, especially in the first couple sets, first two sets. So, when I'm playing not my best and still able to figure out how to win these matches is good.
Okay. Meredith?
Meredith Cash from Insider. You've had a lot of famous folks coming out to watch you play this week. Obama's, Gronk, Jimmy Butler. I don't know if you know that Justin and Haley.
Oh yeah, I saw them immediately on the Jumbotron. I was like, I don't know if the camera caught me looking up. I was like, I hope if I lost the match, they weren't gonna blame it on that.
What does it feel like to have these big names coming to watch you play? And is there any celebrity that you'd feel starstruck seeing in the crowd?
It's crazy. I've come to the Open for years, and, being in a fan, just, looking in the crowd to see who's coming, or looking in the president box or the suites to see, who's there. And now being a player is really crazy. I'm, really honored, I guess, that, people, spend their, I don't even know what day it is, Saturday night. I don't know. Friday. It's Friday? Oh my gosh. The days, the slams, they're all jumbled. Friday night. Watching me play tennis. I was definitely starstruck with Justin Bieber. Never Say Never was like the first, I think one of my favorite songs when I was a kid. And then Oh Baby, I can go through all his songs. And then Haley too, coming, I guess it was a little date night for them, which is really cool. And then obviously Jimmy Butler, he's came to a couple of my matches, so I wasn't as surprised that he was there, but I still am like, man, why is this guy's busy? Why is he coming to watch me play? But it's a really cool experience, and I'm just happy, I guess, and I'm really honored. And I guess which celebrity I would be starstruck, definitely Beyonce. If she ever came, oh my goodness, I hope they would not show her on the screen. Maybe at the end.
Andrew?
Jones, ESPN and Skate. Coco, just in terms of adjusting to the night conditions, again, compared to the day conditions, did you feel that you needed a set with how Elise always is very forward in how she plays? And channeling your inner Raven, because you love Teen Titans.
Yeah.
That whole
How you know that? Oh, yeah, I was Raven for Halloween. Oh, you do your research.
Yeah, just your whole vibe for that, and favorite episode that led you to having this comeback tonight?
I don't know if I have a favorite episode. I just like sometimes when she loses control. But tonight, I don't know. I feel like I was thinking about everything sometimes. When I'm playing tennis, I think about a lot of things outside of tennis. I was thinking about the Renaissance tour during my match. I think a lot of different things, and honestly it keeps me relaxed. I don't know if it's a coping mechanism or what, but I thought about Marvel today. It's a lot of things. Obviously, the Beavers. There's a lot of things I was thinking about. But yeah, today was just a fun night. I mean, playing on Ash and like, I don't think there's anything like it, especially when you win like a long rally. I was saying that with my team today. Like, there's nothing like that. No tennis atmosphere matches to nighttime on Ash, honestly. And I've played in pretty much all of them at this point, and there's nothing that compares to Arthur Ashe at night.
Okay. Howard?
Howard Fenrich with the Associated Press. Next up, Caroline Wozniacki. It's an interesting dynamic a little bit because of when she stepped away and just as you were kind of coming out on tour. I'm wondering, what do you either, maybe from before you were on tour, what do you know about her? Remember maybe seeing her play some matches, and what do you expect that matchup to be like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's gonna give me anything. She's obviously one of those players that was a great mover when she played. She got a lot of balls back, so I'm expecting long rallies. And also, I've watched her last couple matches this week, and I think she, playing a little bit more aggressive, I guess, when she compared to when she was starting, or I guess before she won Australia. I think she played that tournament really well. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I never thought I would ever be in this position, especially after she retired and came back, but she's still like a really fit player, and she looked like she was striking the ball today pretty clean, especially after I was watching her match the last couple sets against Jenny. And yeah, it's not going to be an easy matchup. I think she probably knows my game pretty well. I don't know if she commentated on any of my matches, but I know she's watched tennis even when she was retired, so I'm sure she knows my game just from watching. And I mean, I know a little bit of hers just from watching her from growing up. So it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited. Playing a legend like her is really exciting. And, I'm not going to take the moment for granted.
Willie?
Willie Weinbaum from ESPN. What have you learned over the last few years about the level of work that is needed to advance at majors?
Yeah, I learned that the details matter. Like every day, taking care, recovery, even the weeks leading up, all of that matters in this tournament. Every point matters, even if you're up 4-0, 40 love, every point matters. And I think that's the most I've learned. And also I've learned that you got to stay in the matches and don't give up. And I've never, had a problem with that. But yeah, it's just like playing these players, everybody's, in the Grand Slams, everybody's giving their all and then some. I think people are giving their all in the other tournaments, but even more so here because it's a big stage. So you have to really push yourself to the limits. And I also think, the more experience you get being pushed to these limits, the further, I guess, those limits can go.
Tamani?
Tamani Kara from The Guardian. You mentioned that all the days blend into one. I'm curious, what's the general stress levels, I guess, during a slam, like even on your days off compared to when you're not playing a tournament, and also,
Oh, go ahead, finish.
And also, well, I forgot.
It's okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
Well, you got the one question. So
but honestly, I've been pretty relaxed this time around. I think, before at Wimbledon, I was really stressed. And even then slams before where I was doing well because I was still very stressed. But now I'm just really relaxed because I know that I'm giving it my all. And at the end of the day, that's all you can do. So, yeah, and then day by day, I mean, honestly, I've been busy with the other events that I'm doing. But I like doing that because I think you don't have to dwell or think about your next match. I am someone that thinks ahead a little bit. So I try to stay in the moment. I was, as soon as I finished my match, I was thinking already about my next matchup. So sometimes I tell myself to slow down and just reset. So I think playing the other events gives me something to think about other than the singles, which is definitely the most stressful. But also at the same time, I'm just trying to do better at enjoying life also in the slams, not always surrounding it about tennis, like going, I don't know, shopping or, going to dinner, just doing normal things that I would do during a practice week.
Hey Coco, Darcy Main from ESPN.com. Sort of on that, you've played a lot of tennis over the last couple of days between singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling with all that tennis and what you were just saying? Do you actually have time to do anything like shopping? It feels like you're just always on the court.
I mean, I've been playing night a lot, so especially except that one day. So yeah, I do stuff like in the morning, and then last night, honestly, I was really happy that even though it was a long day for mix, I was happy because I knew I was playing night to night. So I was happy that my mix was a little bit later than expected because I always feel like, the night is just something I don't practice on a lot, during when I'm home. Nobody wants to be out on the court at like 8 p.m. You want to be with your friends and stuff. So it's not a surrounding that I practice in a lot. So I was happy about that. And like, to be honest, like the doubles compared to the singles doesn't take that much energy. And especially in mix when you have, the guy really does most of the work. So I was just, serving and, Jack was doing his thing. So we didn't pull it out, but it was still fun. So I just enjoy it. I don't feel like it's as taxing as right now as people may seem. Is this something I'm going to do every time in my career? Probably not. But, I'm 19. I have a lot of fuel in my tank and I'm really enjoying it. And honestly, it's been helping my nerve levels a lot.
Okay. Two more. 1, 2.
Adeshina Koiki, a lot of sports talk, USOpen.org. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Would you say that the crowd tonight helped you out more in a match that you won than maybe any other? And there were a couple of times we actually, took your hand and wanted them to get up more than just saying "come on." Did you feel a little extra from the crowd, and you specifically wanting more from them?
It wasn't that I was wanting more. They were giving me enough. I just think that people like when the player does that, and I like when the player does that watching. So I was just like, okay, let me do it. There's been times in the past where I've wanted to do it, and I don't know, I just didn't do it. And then I realized how many other players are doing it. So I was like, okay, I can do it, and they love it. And they do get even louder when you do that, and I love it too. But yeah, they definitely helped me a lot in the match. They were doing some chants. As soon as I came out from the set break after I lost the first set, they were rooting me on. So yeah, they've helped me in pretty much all my matches so far this week, and obviously all my matches that I played in the past here in any court. Honestly, even doubles, they're cheering really loud. So I just feel really honored to play in this country and play in New York City and have so many people supporting me. And I hope that they can still stand behind me many more years from now.
Okay. Final question.
Shara Taylor, New York Beacon. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
What was it like playing with Jack versus playing with Pegula, and how did you prepare or use those matches for tonight's match?
Yeah, it was definitely a weird dynamic because there was also a couple times where I would look at him and I'd be like, was that your ball? Or sometimes when they would drop shot him, and usually I'm used to playing with Jess, and the guys are just a lot faster naturally. So sometimes he would get to stuff that I wasn't expecting. And also, it was his last match, so I did feel a little bit of pressure just because I wanted to do well for him, and we couldn't pull it out. But I first met him a long time ago. He doesn't even remember this, when I was 12 years old. So it was really cool to kind of be on the one of his last matches of his career. And then playing with Jess, honestly, I think I'm a little bit more relaxed because I do feel like, honest in mixed doubles, you're kind of competing with the girl, so you want to play better than the other girl. Whereas I feel like in doubles, it's just, you just want to be good. So I don't know. I don't know if I like mixed, to be honest. It's not one of my favorite events. So I honestly don't know how many more times I'll play this, but I want to play it in the Olympics, so I need to find a partner for that. But it's difficult, and I don't like being aced that many times. So I really don't like that at all. And also, when the guy is too nice, to the girl, I hate that too. You can hit me, I can take it. So yeah, it's just little things like that pet peeve me. But yeah, I think it's cool for the fans to see just the different spectrums of the game competing on one court.